Hello everyone, this is Pomon bringing you part 38, the final part of Fire Emblem Engage Maddening. So, today is the final chapter. Today we're going to play the two final maps. The first one is very easy, so we are obviously going to do them together. I honestly don't think it's going to take us that long. I don't think so. Our team is very strong. We have Ume. I forged the Will Glance for her and I gave it the Fire Emblem. You know, Alear's emblem, so that's a pretty powerful weapon. I also got Liberation to +4 because it was just very cheap to do so. I have to take that into account that forging Liberation is very cheap in the future. Completed with the Calaf Volhan Georgios. She literally doesn't have a generic weapon to her name right now. Will Glance is for can strike at range. Liberation is like very light, the only weapon that doesn't slow her down. Will Glance slows her down by 1. Calaf Volhi is very strong, but slows her a little bit, and Georgios is for smashing. With the Edelgard Ring, this is a combination that has been working very well, and together with break defenses can also do some very interesting stuff with, you know, breaking a sword with Areathbar, stuff like that. Amber with Mar. At the beginning, when I took out Sigurd, I realized that Sigurd is probably stronger. For a unit like Amber, who's not that speedy, especially, but I have to say, if there's something that makes Marth incredible, it's Low Star Rush, one of the strongest like single target attacks of the game, and when it's used together with a unit like Amber, has a lot of damage, and that's combined with momentum, increasing the damage on every hit of Low Star Rush. Yeah, then you get the possibility of deleting a bar from almost any enemy in the game. Maybe we're finally going to fight the enemy that can't lose a bar to one of his Low Star Rushes, actually. Yeah, rocking the Silver Lance and the Brionac. Silver Great Lance there for maybe enemies that can counter Brave Lance. Sometimes it can be useful. A strong unit here. 8 movement because I gave him 2 boots. Nell with Chrome. Chrome, there's probably better uses for Chrome, and on retrospective I've realized that using Chrome on a purely magical unit and just taking full advantage of the other half plus 10 magic bonus is probably the best thing to do. But it has been working very well anyways, even if she doesn't have magical weaponry aside from the one the emblem gives you. Rally Spectrum is incredibly useful. The boosts she gets work very well with Alacrity, and yeah, also getting Robin to assist and increase the damage at times can be very good. It is true that Giga Levin Sword has to be like one of the worst engage attacks in the game, up there with quadruple hit, to be honest. The problem with quadruple hit is you can't choose the weapon you use it with. The problem with Giga Levin Sword is unless you are next to Lucina, you're normally better off just attacking normally and getting the damage from Robin assisting twice with the dragon bonus. I can understand it could be strong maybe if I was able to use swords on my base class, so I could use this for example with the Georgios and the damage would be pretty good, but yeah, it's just not incredible in my opinion. Gregory, brutal unit. He only knows how to do 2 things: magic and resistance. Those are his 2 stats, and I decided to take that to the maximum, and I gave him the purest, you know, magic and resistance emblem with Soren, who doesn't even try to fix his very poor speed. We've seen that with Excalibur he can one-shot a lot of things. With Nova he can one-round a lot of things before they can counter, and his support capabilities are also very good, very good. I have definitely noticed a much better performance from Gregory after inheriting Tome Precision 5, which is a problem, because you normally recruit him late enough that you can't get this with Celica early. So unless you get this guy before chapter 10, you might have some hit troubles, but he's good. It's good. I can't deny he's good. He's just very min-maxed, and I can guess that probably makes him very good at certain cheesing builds. I haven't tried those really, but he still works very well in my army. Speaking of cheese, the cheese master himself, clan with Corrin, having a unit with 6 movement, counter, and El Thunder together with Corrin is just incredible. Being able to freeze entire groups of enemies, just pick out the targets you want to weaken with Draconic Hex, and even though we didn't make a lot of use of it until the very end of the game, Reprisal works very well on a unit that gets plus 15 HP with Corrin, so yeah, pretty happy with this unit, nothing else I can say. I've tried Clan as a Sage before. He was extremely underwhelming. He's no competition to, units with actual good magic like Ivy or Citrine or even Celine. But I think he performs best when making use of his, a bit of magical damage, a bit of physical damage. He's never going to kill anyone. He just plays his strength, and it works pretty well. Rafal. Well, at the beginning I wasn't convinced, but arguably one of the best tanks in the game. Better than purely physical tanks like Maddening, because his resistance is deceptively good. When engaged with Aik, magical damage being reduced by half is just all he needs to tank every mage. Great Ether does a Facton, and even more with the effect from dragons that adds 1 damage per hit taken. Also more with Axe Power, reposition is useful, being able to ignore defenses with the Fellstone is great. He synergizes very well with this emblem. I think I made the right choice, and I'm very happy with this unit, to be honest. Madeline is a unit I'm not so happy with. The main problem with Madeline is she's also a very min-maxed unit, like Gregory is, but there is no axe precision in this game, so that 15 dex on axes ends up meaning very bad hit. History was able to fix that with the Brave Axe, so at least she can hit twice when initiating, and normally she gets to hit one of those. And on counters, she's always going to double back if she has at least 60% HP because of quick riposte. Thing is, most enemies tend to ignore her if they are physical, because she just tanks them too well, and they do too much to her if they are magical. So she's in a bit of an uncomfortable spot. Holdout Plus is pretty cool. If the enemies are just strong enough to do a little bit to her, I think she is the best tank in the game, but you need to be battling very strong enemies. For most of the enemies in this game, someone like Rafal, with a stat line that's more middling, but also not particularly focused on only a certain amount of things, I think Rafal is better. But Madeline is like obviously pretty good. You just have to know how to use her well, and I don't know if I actually do, to be honest. I haven't been using a lot of Piercing Glare, for example, which is a very broken skill. She can probably hold entire armies with that if you use it properly. Celestia is, in my opinion, the best DLC unit. Now that we are done talking about DLC units with this one. And that's because Melusine is a very broken class. This is like an IV 0.5. I would argue IV is better, because instead of the swords that don't really do anything, Soul Blade is actually pretty detrimental, not being able to do physical damage. He has, you know, the average, striking on the average of physical and magical is a bit detrimental. But I do think that her damage potential is a bit better than Ivy's, mostly because of speed. So a lot of enemies she can double, and the enemies she can double with the Veronica ring by getting Reprisal Plus, she has a very good chance of one-shotting, and if she doesn't one-shot, I still have the chance for a critical that it gets pretty high with Wrath. So this little build I got here actually works like a charm. It's insanely fun to use, and I haven't done it a lot, but 45 Plus has the added benefit that it recovers everyone around her, but not herself. So she's a very good unit to heal everyone else, but not herself, and stay at a low HP range. That's pretty cool. Veronica, she has a very cool ring, in my opinion. One of the strongest in the DLC, because Contract is very broken and it can be used like for any number of turns as long as you're engaged. So yeah, that's good. Mobie we got pretty late, as he just comes into the story pretty late, and I've taken him, you know, I've used him the best way I can, I think, which is just for a purely supportive role. He barely kills any units. He's honestly just dedicated to healing, you know, healing, physicking, rescuing, and sometimes he does Dance of the Goddess with cavalry movement. It's not the best Dance of the Goddess in the world because it boosts dexterity, but he has cavalry movement, so that's pretty good. I think they are sort of balanced, because the best classes for mobility, which are Flyer and Cavalry, give probably the worst bonuses in Dance of the Goddess, which are dexterity and resistance. Units like Covert give speed, which is very good, but of course you don't have as much movement. Divine Pulse works pretty well with his hit, because he's not insane with the Flame Lance. And yeah, I gave him a Staff Mastery to be able to hit my freezes and my entraps and stuff like that. He's good. He's good. He's just a Byleth user. Byleth is such a good ring that it tends to override the unit that wears it. But I'd say Mobie has been a very solid user. Yunaka with Lucina. Maybe Yunaka was more about Lucina and less about Enchanter this run than I wanted to. She's so dodgy that I use her to tank a lot, when really the main point about getting Enchanter was that I would be able to do perfect chain guards with Mounted Shield, and also that I would be boosting units, something that I haven't done almost at all, but technically she could do it. I understand that Enchanter is probably a very entertaining class to use if you have the means to spare to consume items and give the permanent boost to a lot of people. Yeah, maybe there are better ways to use it. I feel like Yunaka has been very helpful, yes, maybe not as good as I thought, because Enchanter is not an insane class, it's not a game-breaking class. If there's a class from the DLC that's game-breaking, it's Mage Cannoneer. Mage Cannoneer Panette has been incredible to use, destroys absolutely everything. If Holy Blast doesn't take half a bar, then Piercing Blast does. It's that simple. And if you can afford to hit with a Venom Blast in there, the enemy is poisoned. And if the enemy is incredibly tanky on both physical and, you know, it just doesn't have a lot of resistance, you go with Eldritch. This is all you need to defeat to leave any enemy in the endgame at half health and sometimes poison. With the Erika ring, I can increase her damage a little bit in times of need. I can also go for a Twin Strike if I really want to, and she has a lot of strength, so it works pretty well. And the most important thing in this build, Divine Pulse with plus 10 lag. I have a 50% plus 39, so basically an 89% chance of whenever I miss, hit anyway. That's the one thing that makes Panet into a good unit, because her hits would be sort of bad otherwise, but I thought of this build immediately. It's something I thought about the first time I played through the game, and I'm glad I did it because it's been very fun, very fun. Okay, I haven't forgotten about Anna. I think I've commented on this. The Camilla ring, I also don't think it's an insane ring. I think the speed and resistance boosts are sort of bad, to be honest, and I think Dark Inferno, the area attack is useful, but the checkers pattern, not that great, and sometimes the setting terrain on fire can end up hurting you more than it benefits you. Still, it's a useful ring. It can create terrain. Maybe there are better combinations. Maybe going for a purely magical build and abusing all attacks and lightning is the play. I think Anna has been working very well with a combination of physical and magical damage, being able to use the Silver Great Axe for massive physical damage on enemies. Camilla's axe is also pretty useful against mages, if you need that. And yeah, sometimes even creating pillars has been very good to me, to stop the enemies even if slightly. Of course, the main thing about Camilla is when you engage you get movement and you act as a flyer, so that's also cool for someone like Anna, who's an infantry unit. I gave her the last pair of boots, the one we got in chapter 24, so now she's even more like a flyer. And then, well, two of the all-stars in this game, they are that low because they got to a very high level very soon, so I decided to train the units that were objectively speaking weaker than them, but probably my best two units in this Let's Play. Etie with Lin. Lin is an incredible ring for Etie. I feel like Lin is an incredible ring for someone who's very strong and just not speedy enough to double. So the bonus you get to your speed plus the amount of speed you are going to be getting through the map with a speed taker is going to make you into an absolute monster. And that's what happened with Etie. It doesn't matter that she's not able to tank almost anything, just doubling everyone with alacrity means you destroy them before they can counter. Forge Silver Bow, the Longbow, the Brave Bow, the Lenda Bear. I can go for an Astra Storm with 20 range if neither rises, and if that wasn't enough, I can invoke doubles. And the enemies really love to attack the doubles. So yeah, overall, one of the best rings in the game. In my opinion, one of the best fits for this ring in the game. So far, the best I've tried, that's clear. And finally, Selene and Tiki. Tiki, I'd argue Tiki is probably the most broken DLC ring. It's true I haven't talked about Soren's assigned decoy, which is very, very broken for the AI manipulation effect, but it only affects 3 foes at a time, so it's very useful on the earliest stages of the game, but as you get into, massive amounts of enemies, someone like Tiki becomes much more important. Divine Blessing is just insane. Getting a revival stone on a unit means trivializing a lot of situations. Just if I get killed, I get killed and I don't die. Anyway, Life Spear ++ means you're never going to have to give healing to Selene. I gave her the Amber's Meal because with favorite food she can recover Tiki immediately. And yeah, the Dark Breath is the main difference between a mystical unit using Tiki and any other unit is a magical attack that strikes at half res. It does an incredible amount of damage, and it also does it in a T pattern, it's very, very, very good. I don't find any other pattern to be, any other special attack to be as good as this, because other units get flame breath, fire breath, even frozen breath I don't think is that good. Eternal Claw is still very, very useful, and it has a lot of critical and it can activate Ignis. So if I want to try and roll a dice to kill an enemy, Eternal Claw is the play, and Tail Smash in case I just want to do a massive amount of physical damage. Selene herself is a very good mage with an option for physical attack during most of the game. When I turn her into Tiki, she just gains so much bulk and so much damage and so much everything that she can hold any group of enemies I want for basically as long as I want, because she auto heals by waiting. And yeah, that's my team. I hope I didn't go for too long. And today, obviously, we want to go to the Somniel. Alright. So, there it is. There it is. Not much else to do here to prepare. The team is ready. I have some staves and some other elixirs on the convoy in case I need them. So we'll just go for it. Rankings. Oh, no. I don't like that. To the final battle.
いよいよ最終決戦だね。異界の扉まではこのソラネルで向かう。邪竜ソンブルの元に行けば覚悟と準備はいいかい？
Yes. Let's go. Okay. So this first map is pretty easy. We have the legendary weapons being held by these enemies. Fragara, Kukumbasaral, Endeavor, Kalthbor, Georgios. Yeah. We know that. We never got the Menomus, by the way. And Sombron, the Fell Monarch. It's true his stats are high, but come on. He's nothing to be scared of. My team is incredibly powerful, so at this point I should be able to just delete Sombron no matter my starting configuration. So we're going to save here, so that our last portal to Otherworld, so that our last save is going to be in here. Yes, under the other two completed saves. Let's go for it. Let's go. All of our team's phrases.
私はそのために世界を越えここにいるのですから。ここまで来たら多少痛くても怪我しても仕方ねえ。神竜様は絶対に俺たちが力になってやる。神竜様ならできます。お目覚めになった日からあなたが世界を救うと信じ。
Most of these phrases are completely new to me too, because I tried to use a completely new team for me. You rescued me from despair. The despair was all mine, Rafael, believe me. Interesting choice by the translation to not mention Mobia, even though she does in the original line. Alright. The 4 wins, one after the other, right? I actually, that was false. I heard this one before. I played together with a friend a whole playthrough, and 100% discount on Lady Anna's 8 services. Hey! Hey! The final stretch of our run. It certainly is. Man. And Selling just can't stop being the coolest. Let's engage. Alright, Marth. Fortunately, we are not using you, Celica, or you. Although we've inherited counter with like 4 units. Liv, not using either. Roy, thanks for the holdout plus. Now, Lin, you're good, you're good. Erika, please do a good job here. Ike, please do a good job here. Mikaya was low-key one of the emblems I was the most hurt by not using. Corin, Violet, and oh, he didn't know. He actually didn't know. I forget. I mean, I simply can't cut this part of the story, right? The deeper your bonds, the greater your pain when they crumble. This guy actually had an attack called Bond Breaker, right? That, no, it's disengage. Disengage. That forcefully breaks your engage. Yeah, I'm not using anyone in here either. Like, no one at all. Oh, well, I'm using Celine, but I think she didn't appear because she's not like one of the oldest royals. Let's go. Okay. Defeat Somron. This one is the easy one, as I said. Some sorts. Lenda Bear. I mean, these guys aren't really that dangerous. They have no offensive staves. Nova can be dangerous. Kukombasar and Fragarak, to be honest, like, we can take. And Kalath Volhan Georgios. I feel tempted to. Yeah, just go for that. We're going to paralyze. I'm pretty sure you recover your emblems by the end of this battle, so it shouldn't matter. Then I can just come here and do a lot with the Briona. Well, not a lot. Not anything at all, actually. You're going to do too much, right? Okay. Okay, that should work. Venomous is a powerful attack, so I'm a bit scared of it. I'd rather take on the Brionac, and only the Brionac if I can. How about we do a normal chain attack for chain guard for once? I tend to not take as much advantage of those as I should. Okay. Love this thing. Yeah, we're approaching. I could have a side decoy too. Okay, not doing a lot. Yeah, these enemies, I'm guessing they are like the fully capped even. Okay, I missed both. And he has a smash plus. Yeah, maybe approaching wasn't even necessary, but well. I'll do it anyway because I want to. Okay. I mean, I have my ways. That wasn't great for you, right? Yeah, if I get 2 criticals, I kill. Well, only one actually, because of the duel. Okay, I'm going to weaken you because you seem to be one of the tankiest in here. So I need a little bit of help. And I should honestly just go for this. Yeah, because you're not going to counter, so high chance for a crit. I could risk it a little bit. I mean, I should hit one of my 58s. Oh, you don't even kill. He did 17 to my 18, so I could have survived. Okay. I'll try revenge to break. Okay, that was a possibility. Magic Stone kills you before you counter because I have alacrity. Good. I'd rather not use up staves, but maybe a fortify is a good idea here. So magic, dex, and okay, that's good. That's good. Guess I'll attack the Calathball because it's dodgier. Divine Pulse. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the roll I get with Divine Pulse. Yeah, that's good. It's a good start. Then, well, you're basically paralyzed without the basically. And I can paralyze if I kill here, so... There's a lot in stake for me. I actually didn't kill, right? Yeah, well, I can make this into a more accurate thing. I think here I'm just going to take the kill. Oh. Okay, this might be harder than I envisioned, actually. Yeah. Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. If I get back my engages, which is something I'm I'm betting on. Then there should be no problem. I'm not going to need the God Stance to defeat Sombron. I don't think so. So, yeah. You can stay there. Okay. Yeah, and I can just take you with the Yato. Something like that. Yeah, the Yato is probably the play, because tomes can be broken by the Divine Fist Art or whatever, so I can't risk getting hit by those. Okay, do I want to... No. Let's try and be safe here. I have good hit, let's go for it. Crit actually comes through. This is almost free experience to some of my units. Okay, and now I get the extra hit from Aspiring Hero, which is what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. And finally come here. I could engage plus. But I'm not going to. Well, I'm going to stay here actually. I'm going to mend you. Engaging plus might be a play. A pretty valid play. Yeah, and I'll go here and do some damage to you. Yeah, attacking Sombron himself I don't think is needed yet. He might move. Yes, he does. Okay, this guy doubled. Is Sombron affected by... He's unbreakable, but he seems to be just as paralyzable as any other unit. So the play now is to paralyze him. Yeah. Paralyze him as we advance to our objective. So here... Represale just does it. Both hits before you can counter. Well, I forget you have very good resistance, yeah. I forget that. But it should work. Where's Ike? Here. So Ike isn't just a unit, he's someone to boost this with. So I can do a Cataclysm. What do you mean die? Come on, you jokester. I don't think I'm going to get hit even once by that obscurity you're so proudly holding. Let's go. Half of the first bar, and you already get your defense weakened because I have Anima Focus. Okay. Now, as I said, paralyzing is a very valid option. If I'm going to paralyze, then I probably want to do this. Okay. Yeah. Just paralyze from. It's 1 damage, Mr. Sombron. No damage, but it paralyzes anyway. Alright then, engage plus with my wife. Emblem Eternity. First time I use it actually, because I was stupid about it, but whoa. Okay. Damn. With the dragon effect too, which is something you don't get to see a lot. But of course she's a dragon. But man, with the lance that looks so cool. This game is just pure aesthetics. Okay. Yeah, Holy Blast, Amber will do it. And then we can go for Sombron safely next turn. Do they have to be this dirty about it? Not at all. Not at all. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy being shitty. Okay, then I'll go from the upper side and yeah, this guy is... He couldn't be more dead. Alright. Oh, there's still yet to move. Well, I can invoke some doubles. Alright. Here we go. I definitely have enough damage, but just in case, we're going to weaken and decrease that void. I think I want to finish this with a Bone Blast, if possible. So, just take this bar. Actually, do maybe... This is your father, after all, so maybe... Do you have a conversation? You have a chance for a critical, but I'll go for it. You have a conversation. Surely you are not my child. Our relation is theoretical at best. Bathe me commit terrible. Bathe me commit. Bathe? Bathe? That's not a verb, right? That's not a verb. Engage has the worst translation in the world. Okay. Bathe. Holy shit. For a moment I thought like maybe like for both, for bathe, but I don't think that verb exists. Oh really? This is what the conflict was about for you? If I got a crit there, I could have avoided all, but yeah, I survive at 1 HP. Getting Wrath here would be brutal, but well, I can go for... Yeah, I can go for an easy spear attack. The daughter of another Sombron in another world. If you know my face, you'll recall a child who's dead. She's so fucking cool. I can't with her. He barely gets to have any conversation, but I mean, not like he would say anything to move into them. Yeah, this was just to send up the Bone Blast, in case you're wondering. Right now I have this, for example. I mean, it's low start rush. Actually, is the... Oh, the Falcon is super effective. I thought so, because I have... On every unit that engages, not just Aliar, I have a Holy Aura. Which means effective against Dragon becomes effective against Fell Dragon. So positioning Positioning your engage plus units well is very, very, very important. Yeah, Amber with a momentum might be able to do massive damage to even the final boss form. But well, let's see how much this is. Bone Blast is enough to kill. I can do 98 with the Calath Ball, but... Ooh, 132 with the Georgios. That's why I brought it too. But if I can do it with Lyration. How much does Oligoludia? Oligoludia does 84. I really like Oligoludia, so I'll do it with this one. I just really like the shape of the weapon. It's like a crystal rapier. Yeah, like, just look at this. Look at this scene. Man. In other words, you'll make the same mistakes as before. So which of us is pathetic? Right. Magical damage is actually not even that bad. Very, very good. This isn't over. That was attitude. Yeah, when you defeat enemies, you give a boost to everyone around. Okay, so you lose your engages and you start from the beginning. That doesn't change. Alright, here comes the Grateful Dragon. We've seen this one quite a lot in this series. Because DLC reasons, but... Okay. Those reinforcements, those 12 reinforcements are the ones holding the fake ring. Summon others of equal power. False, absolutely false. By the way, I don't have... Because I don't have the emblems that defeat these guys. For example, I don't have Celica to defeat the Duma emblem and stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't have the effective attack against those mini-bosses. But it should be okay anyway. Dark emblems. Alright, so this is a barrier that we have to defeat. Because with the barrier at maximum power, it just, you know, it nullifies completely Fell Dragon damage and prevents all damage. Once we take out the bars, I actually think we could defeat him in just one round. But we have to do it well. We have to play it well. This is the actual final map. Okay, that's the Shadow Dragon. We know who's effective here. Yep, definitely. And this is the Dark Goth. Sigurd, okay. I don't have anyone to attack you with. I really don't. What I do have is just ways to weaken you. So I'll go with that. We start with a Draconic Hex, and then it seems you have not a lot of resistance. Ooh. Okay, how about here? It's a bit of a stupid place to stand, I know, but this way she can assist on both bosses. Yunaka? Yes? Hit both? Okay. There goes a bar. There goes a bar. That was easy. And I think because Yunaka could assist, I can also go for this. Currently playing this game actually, so... Oof. Oof. Big miss on that 83, okay. I can't say I love that, but... Okay, actually facing you like this, I think it's optimal because I get weakened. Don't crit me. Okay. Very well, very well. They don't have a special effects. Well, no, you do, you do. You have corner beast. Okay. I should be a bit careful, if anything. Can I... I can. I'm able to do this. This guy has a fucking fragarak. Like it's the most common weapon ever. Okay, now we go for... Holy Blast is actually better than the Piercing Blast. Surprisingly enough. I mean, he's not that tanky. He just has an enormous HP pool. So I guess... This kills you. I could try and kill Sombron with his barrier part, like, you know, partially up. Because I know you can just weaken it before you kill it. Currently he takes like minus, yeah, 85% of the damage is prevented and it still nullifies Fell Dragon, but I can probably do something already. Yeah, like Georgios does 3. It's not a lot, but once I kill this guy, you know, I'm actually able to do something. And I can kill him pretty easy. You know, even if I miss here, which I expect to miss once. Yeah. I have some decent hit on you, right? Yeah. Spellstone is good hit. There we go. There goes the Dark Goth. I don't know the first thing about Genealogy, so... about Genealogy plot. Like, I'm assuming the final boss is going to be a Dark Goth then. But... I actually wouldn't know. Okay, I'll go in here, Rune Sword. That should do something, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Five and... Okay. I'm going to go with you, and I'm actually going to go to the... Spear, yeah, that's not happening. Alright then. No, you're moving. Oh, that's horrible actually. That's in range of the Mage Knight, right? Yeah. I mean, I survived, but I didn't want to take that many enemies. I can paralyze with Clan. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, sorry. That was a stupid final move. Yeah, I didn't think about Sombron there. Sombron did 0 damage. But yeah, if I signal his range, I should go here to be completely safe. I mean, the rune sword is more accurate, so I still think... Actually, I think the Wolf Veil is better. Yes, if you want to smash me, you're going to pay the price. Okay then. Once again, this time it goes better, I hope. Yeah. Now you take one attack at least. Some enemies on both sides. And as long as we don't get into your range, you don't come. So, I just need to kill you now. I just need to kill you. One of you... I don't double actually. Incredible, I have 42 speed. They have 44. Yo. Okay, I can paralyze, so it shouldn't be a problem. Heading here. I expected a bit more from you. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just paralyze. Oh yeah, this is like the best way to paralyze actually. Because if I take damage, it's good for me. Because of reprisal, and then I also do a lot. And I break you. No, I don't break you, I paralyze you is what I meant. I don't know why that turned into water. Okay, I could attack there potentially, so I'm going to wait a little bit. My hit is garbage. 50? Yeah, 50. Why do you just have 98 natural avoid? I mean, makes sense, but even so, come on. What do I do then here? Yeah, this probably a 13%. Okay, this guy has much more avoid, so I'll go for him. But it might be because of the range, actually. I get Divine Pulse. Nice. The Fellstone. Fellstone is the play here. Please just let me hit. Okay. Alright, I have some actual plays. I'm seriously considering going for this. It's a 70. Compared to that, how much do I think I need to use up my engage here. I don't love it, but yeah, Excalibur is probably a good choice. Is he as accurate? It kills. There's no going around it. Yikes. Okay, and I'll just wait. Meanwhile, on this side, good amount of enemies. Thankfully, the thing here is that they can try, but they don't do a lot. No, that's the spear, so I can just kill you. And this guy is completely blocked. $54 or chance for crit. Chance for crit, always. No crit. It's a shame. Well, good attack. Maybe I should have... I could have gone for a sparing hero, but I didn't feel like I need it. A very good hit in this, a lot of critical. I could get it even. Doesn't happen, then it goes to my girl. Probably the Magic Stone. The Firestone is actually better. Firestone is better, it's more accurate. Very good, very good. Okay, and here I'm just going to wait. Who has yet to move? Oh, you. Okay, I could kill the... I'm going to do that. Yeah. It's just better to do this. Ignis. No Ignis. It doesn't matter taking a little bit of damage. Okay. The other enemies are coming. There could be reinforcements from the top now. There aren't. But this is in range of Sombron. That's the biggest problem here. Thankfully I have Excalibur. And I could go for a Torrential Roar. I don't think it's needed, especially if I paralyze, because I'm going to get the opportunity next turn again, anyway. Alright, I'll go for Holy Blast. And we know it's a bit too close. I actually think... yeah. I actually think I'll be playing crazy. Come on, 242s. Ah, fuck. Well, all doubt is there for a reason, but that still hurts. It actually really hurts. Okay, Nova doesn't quadruple actually, just doubles. This guy is fast enough with a still great axe to not get doubled by Gregory. That's just how slow Gregory is. Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure we're okay now. Some money. That's alright. Yeah, what I want to do, however, is to try through the Neotum. And probably using a physic here is a good idea. Madeline benefits from having high HP, not the opposite. A bit of magic, a bit of defense could be useful. Okay. Against these enemies, enemy facing I think is the best play. You don't enemy face anyone, obviously, because your health is so low. Speed could be nice. I mean, I want to go for a tanking, like, as much as the next person, but well, we could do something like this, you know, we've done it in the past. So once again, so why not, let's chain and less count. Okay, that's a lot, but the other attack shouldn't do enough. Well, if both hit, they would actually do enough. I didn't expect that much damage. Anyways, we block this. Now they come close enough that it shouldn't matter that someone is around. Reinforcements? Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, I'll just ignore that guy. To try and kill them while ignoring you. Okay. This is a very good turn for paralyzing. Well, these guys have magic, so might be a bit difficult to ignore. You just have a silver axe and a bow. Objectively speaking, best move here for Celestia is to, you know, unplug this side so that they can come in with Etienne, probably. I actually don't double here. Disappointment. Brave almost does it. Okay, I'll have to think about this carefully. First of all, here I need the divine speed. I have good dodge with perceptive, so yeah, I just take full advantage of this. Position myself there, and now I need to kill you. Poison, probably. Okay, very good start. Very good start. Lend a bear. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay. I think I have to go for this. From my point of view, this is the safest way to do it. I get to level 20, by the way. It's a pretty good level. Pretty good final level. And then I go here and I just bomb the shield. My avoid should be enough to just run through this, and yeah. Meanwhile, on this side, there's a lot of enemies coming. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. A lot. Thankfully, Rafale probably does pretty well. Is it time for a Dance of the Goddess? It might be. Okay, it's definitely time for you to chuck an elixir and for you to come in here and do a torrential. That's clear to me. Now, Great Ether in the range of Sombron is actually not that bad. Like, because Sombron doesn't hit that hard. So if all these enemies can come, I will be countering all of them. So why wouldn't I want that? And I can do a Cataclysm. But I think the Cataclysm is probably best saved for the next turn. Yeah. This turn I should focus on just trying to kill the enemies in here if possible. This guy will definitely go to the left, so I won't have to worry anymore. Okay, it's 100%. Maybe I should have gone for the one in the back, so that... Okay, how accurate are you with the bolting, actually? Yeah, that's good, that's good. Okay, I can kill all of them, I'm pretty sure. If this hits, then I just need you to get one kill here, and... Bravax does it easily, but the Fragrak is 100. So even better. Okay, we have a Great Ether. How well does it work? We're taking 16 times 2. There are also mages coming. But I should be okay because now I'm in resolve range. Okay. Okay, I expected a bit more. As long as the other guys do nothing, they probably don't do anything. Felsombron will use Disengage. This devastating attack forcibly cancels the engage state of all units. Thankfully I have a lot of engages about to end, so I don't think it matters. This should kill 2 of them. Yeah. Nice. Reinforcements? Nope. I'm sitting very comfortably here. It's true that losing Rafal's thing is a bit meh, but yeah, I can use your special attack with no consequences. I think we're okay. Yeah, losing engages will suck, but come on. It's okay. Alright, here I'm going to obviously try this. Obviously. Because this can happen. And then there's no more Wolf Knight, no more anything. Okay. You're the Warfather, you're the one that's weak to Celica. And in fact, I remember you, yeah, you have a lot of defense, but not that much resistance. Having both my staff users there might not have been optimal. Yeah, here I only do one. I actually really want like to warp someone in there to do some magical damage. But that's okay. Yeah, I'm not playing around that, so we're just going to weaken and repo. Yep. Now here I'm pretty accurate, right? And even if I miss, I have Divine Pulse. So yeah, pretty good unit to take the kill and just go here. Okay, Anna has an easy time taking you out. Should. Okay. And now the thing is, I can... Okay, I think you are a good counter. Yeah, you're a good counter. Let's go there. And I have... Ooh, I actually do something. But yeah, I'll go for you. Okay. It's something. Dark Bishop. I don't know which one this is. I think it's Leaf. Because they go by order, so... Yeah, just take that. And Holy Blast. I'm pretty sure Anna just survives and kills in the counter. I'm pretty sure 38. Yeah. That's 19 times 2. And we just kill. It's true, I have to kill that guy. So it's not like I can just run away. I can counter Sombron for 6 damage. I don't think it's very relevant, but I'll do it because I'm going to lose my engage anyway. Well, if he uses this engage, I might not. Well, that's nice that I got the crit because Yunaka missing was actually pretty bad. Okay. I'm not coming that close just to not heal Celestia passively. Don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but yeah. 1 damage. I mean, could be the difference between life and death, literally. So and I'll go here. So right now I've covered more or less the entire battlefield. It's true you've taken some of my emblems, but I just set up one of your mini bosses to get killed pretty easily. He will use Howling Beam and there's reinforcements from there. Okay, okay. I'd say that's fair. I've taken my time. They should be pretty easy to kill too. Maybe not that easy. Yeah, I do have now Will Glance. Nice. I could have used the Poison Gambit. There was nothing stopping me from it and I blundered. I definitely blundered. Okay, the Howling Beam is actually pretty difficult to... If I go there, I don't get hit by the Howling Beam, right? Actually, I think I'll be okay. I just want the rally. I really want the rally, so... I'm going to item search because I want the Garth back. I'm going there. I'm going... Yeah, I'm going here. I don't care. And... what? Please just crit. Actually, I really need this one to crit. There we go. I just realized this guy could have survived and then I was in trouble. But now, not anymore. I just need to hit. Yeah. I'll go Silver Lance because, you know, aura. The aura of the Silver Lance is superior to the Briona. And if you don't agree, you're just wrong. I'll retreat a bit. Okay, on this side, things aren't that simple. I can delete one of them with Nova. I know it seems like it could have been very good for the boss, but I'm not so sure. By the way, is the boss weak to Palace Laystone? Yeah, like any other horse. Okay, just curious. Well, I'll throw out Tomahawk. It's free. And like any attack that Madeline does, it's also useless. Holy Blast. Okay. Very good, very good. There we go. I like that. Okay, two good chances for a critical. I should have switched Anna into a... If I switch Anna into an axe, I actually didn't have to risk the crit or anything. Yeah, my damage is coming from reprisal actually. I didn't even think about it. Okay, I'll go for accuracy. I have to see if I can kill here. Would be great. This failure is my own. Who's this guy? Okay, the barrier is actually almost out. Oh, you were on your last bar. I thought you had another bar. Okay then. Still nullifies and prevents half of the damage. But now someone like Anna can, for example, do 0 actually. Yo. Okay, he might be tankier than I realized. Oh, listen guys, we have to be careful with this Sombron guy. He actually seems to be very strong. I don't know about this killing him and all that. 33, 25. Oh, he creates miasma. Okay. And they appear there, there, and there. I'm not too worried. I think I can leave this ready to kill Sombron on the next turn. Not even joking. I'll start with a lot of damage. Potentially crit. Because the damage from reprisal is based on just a pure increase on damage, you know, because of the HP I lost, I should be able to do a lot to Sombron. Alright, so that's good news for us, obviously. Yeah, now we go for poison. I'm not even going to worry about the units that just appear. I think we're just going to try and kill Sombron on the next one. So... Or I could go for it now and start dying again already. But no. I think that's overkill. So yeah, elixir. I will, however, do this. I go here because Marth is next to you. Now Divine Blessing Plus has the additional effect of, I think, recovering your engage points. Does it work like that? Yes. It doesn't recover it completely, but I can get it back completely by doing this. Yes. Yes. That works pretty well. Is some damage, and I get my engage back. Perfect. Meanwhile, we could start attacking Sombron, technically. Technically is, in fact, my favorite way of saying yes. So... what do we have? Nothing particularly good here. In fact, okay, I'd rather you're on the other side, so I'm going to warp. At this point in the game, warp isn't that valuable, so... Can I weaken without critting? Yunaka is already part of the join, so as long as I don't get a crit. Okay, Perfect. Now anyone can kill you. So the weakest unit against Sombron can be the one to kill you. Right, I will also give you a physic. I have a Dance of the Goddess, I should be able to just destroy this guy. Okay. I don't need the emblem. I do a lot naturally. I'm going to engage. And the Piercing Blast actually doesn't get countered. This guy doesn't have an infinite counter. He just has 1, 2, 3. So that's good. And finally, I'll engage because. Okay. Any play here? The enemies are coming, but I shouldn't be scared because the objective is, of course, to defeat him. Okay, there were some enemies appearing around, and if these guys decided to chain guard, it could have been quite difficult. But I don't see that happening. So, to be honest, Sombron is one of those enemies that you might not be particularly good against. You don't double naturally, he just kills you in the counter. And the Astra Storm goes for how much? 15. I could use the aura or something like that to take the kill, but I don't know, man. Then against this, he will always counter actually. Yeah, weakening with clan is actually... Weakening with clan might be the weakest thing here, so... I might need a heal on clan, even if my damage gets reduced. I'm just trying to see who's going to kill you. For example, here, the damage is like... It exists. And that's before breaking the barrier. I have to think about that. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you. And I'll have that around. You know, available. Only power holds meaning, only strength holds sway. Now's our chance. Okay. Do you actually reach... You do. You do. Okay, you have to go next to her and then transform, right? Like that's how it goes. So yeah, my damage with this is just very good. I think if you engage, I can't go for it, for the engage plus. So I will start with... I mean, if I want to engage from there, from the corner, then I could go here. Okay. That's the best placement, I'm pretty sure. Those are 2 attacks, and we even dodge. Because, I don't know, power of love or something. Great. Now I can engage plus. Emblem Eternity level, Bond 21. We don't Bond Blast. Not yet. Wow, Georgios does a lot. But no, we go for the Will Glance. I like the crit, I like the avoid. I think it works pretty well. This is obviously going to be my Dance of the Goddess.
この地に幸福を
I don't do a lot without Dark Breath. How much do you... Oof, he counters. Okay, I think you're just going to wait. I actually realized, by the way, on the last battle that using item search with an elixir fills the engage meters by 2. So it was quite beneficial to me and I didn't even realize. I can go for that or I can go for this. Yeah, why not? Twin Strike Sieglinde with Panic. There's still 3 bars to go, so I shouldn't be careless with my damage, but Panet is a unit that I think is going to do around this much. Okay. Next bar, all of the bars are 100. He doesn't double back, he's very slow. So doing this is actually pretty good. He has both breaker, that's true. So duals are not guaranteed. They are reduced to 30%. But I could... I mean, if I attack from here... Yeah, Divinely Inspiring actually saves me, but... I have no space to do that from. This is 37, by the way. Very good damage. Very good damage. Okay, let me think, because I have very good damage. I just need to distribute it properly. So, ooh, Wukong Basara is insane, actually. I get doubled, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's something I want to do at the beginning, I guess. Hold out. Let's try. It misses. That's a shame. Well, actually, this is a space that I can... Yeah, this is a space I can attack from, and we can poison. We actually hit the dual for once. And I get 0% hit against me. That's also something. Ooh, pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Why not? Maximum momentum. I don't get your special attack because of disengage. That's a shame, but... Well. All our units are acting, so... We're taking advantage of it. Do you have good resistance? No. So Camilla Sachs isn't particularly good. 6. Yeah, Smash weaponry is actually pretty good in here. Okay, I like Dark Breath. I like Dark Breath. Silver Great Axe works pretty well, but at this point, can you take the bar? No. It's not very safe, because I need to hit one of the 30s. I think this is pretty safe. Yeah, it's 40. Okay. 2 bars left. 2 bars left. Thank you, Reprisal Plus, once again. We say thank you for Reprisal Plus. I'm actually going to get plus 10 dex on Zephyr, which is going to be an insane amount of critical. I could play with the critical if I'm lacking damage at the very end. Okay. Just remember I have here Bone Blast. It takes a bar. Okay. Then guys, this is just a matter of doing the different attacks I have available, because most of my people can survive one round. Hurting him as much as I can before Celestia takes down this penultimate bar, and we finish it in style with a Bone Blast. That's yeah. Can go for revenge. I think the Felstone is better. I'd rather have the accuracy. And you know, continuously insisting on getting 30% is some damage that he's just not going to take back. You know what? The lightning? Sort of good. Did I just hit both of the... Yeah, then I missed one of my 85s, but I hit both duals. Okay. I don't even need you, Celestia. That's how broken we are right now. Okay, I can go for... I mean... You've been one of the MVPs, so... I think you deserve it. Last bar. Wait. Wait. And wait. Let me just check. Because I have something called Boon of Helios. Bonus to critical and dodge equal to 2 times the number of allies who have acted this turn. So I should be getting plus 30 critical right now. Yeah, I have incredibly good critical, but... Come on. It has to be a Bone Blast. We're going with Lyrian. There he goes. And that's Engage Maddening. That's Engage Maddening. Alright. I feel very, very, very good. Very good about finishing things this easily. I think it's just the reward I deserve after so much difficulty. And I have to say, like, Engage. There's been a lot of talk about Engage, you know, the gameplay wise versus the story wise and all that. But it's getting higher and higher in my rankings. Every time I play it, it's getting higher. I won't be watching all this sequence though. I remember it being pretty long. So bye bye Sombron. And there it is. There it is. Battle data and the end of Fire Emblem Engage Maddening. I know some of these turn counts are going to be embarrassing, and I know this series was far from perfect. Far from perfect. I knew the units I wanted to use from the beginning. I focused a lot on them. And I think that was a mistake. I think in Engage you can't afford to simply think of your endgame team. You have to train up some substitute units along the way. Clan did a pretty good job. Pandrio stepped up very strongly. If you've been watching the series, you probably remember Pandrio being an absolute beast. That almost seemed it almost seemed ridiculous to keep Clan when you have Pandrio available, but Clan also ended up being very good. Etio with Edelgard, yeah, that was brutal. Etio with Edelgard, those were the times. And this series also served as a bit of an excuse to test out the DLC, and I have to say, it makes me a bit scared of trying out maddening without the DLC, because I really depended a lot on the DLC rings. It's true that because of the DLC rings being available, I couldn't bring every main story ring, so I left out some of the most important ones. It's no secret that Sigurd and Micaiah are up there in competition for the best ring in the game, together with I don't know, Byleth and arguably I'd say Lyn. And yeah, Lyn, well, you can see here the amount of Etio MVPs is actually insane. Also, the Divine Paradox. Very important. I got to play some new maps. Not only did I get advantages from the DLC, but also new challenges and brand new maps that I hadn't seen before. The Felshenlog is a completely different thing, and I've already given my opinion on that, but if I had to reiterate it here, I think it's actually pretty good, but I think it's thought out for you to challenge as a true final boss of the game, even after you've been able to defeat the main game. So it's like an absolute test of your ability to make to build an absolute monster that can destroy maps, and then the game is going to test you with the hardest challenge it can pose. The Divine Paradox aren't like that. The Divine Paradox are just they scale with your level, which makes them sort of difficult, but I think for most of them the difficulty was in the length of the chapter and not, yeah, for example there, well, that's actually Felshenlog. Felshenlog appears here. But I was thinking the Camilla Parlog, which must have appeared just before and I didn't notice. The Camilla Parlog is insanely long, not particularly difficult, because the emblems themselves aren't that difficult to battle. It's just they have very big maps full of brand new mechanics. If you're playing it before the Felshenlog, you face things like the corrupted wyverns in the shape of those ice wyverns in the Tiki 1. You face the corrupted wolves, mage cannoneers in the Veronica 1. So you get to test out your skills a little bit before going into the Felshenlog. That's the way I see it. And it's completely fine. They are actually very, very fun maps to play. As I said, maybe a bit too long, but very fun. Very fun. Did I get my money's worth when buying the DLC? Probably not. I hate the DLCs with a passion. I understand this is a type of content that doesn't pertain to the game itself, and it makes sense that it would be included separately, but to have to pay for the DLC is stupid. I would be okay if this was like a free update, and there have been a lot of free updates in Engage that have worked pretty well. They included the possibility of inheriting skills on the arena, which before you had to go to the ring chamber for. They included the new way to grind supports where you can do like activities with other people. That was a free update, and I think also the heroes weapons, like the Folkvanger, Noatun, and the other one, Fensalir, those were free, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, overall I'm not a big fan of DLCs. I'm not a big fan of content being added post-release, and it still managed to, it managed to convince me like this was a good DLC. I think it's miles over the Cinder Shadows one, definitely. The story was a bit better in my opinion, but the maps were just so superior to the ones in Cinder Shadows. It's ridiculous. And I also didn't feel, it felt to me like the units from this DLC were more balanced. So yeah. Well, I don't want to just talk about the DLC, even if I'm murdering a DLC unit right here. The occasionally stir, Sport was constant and full of love. She was known for generations as a guardian dragon for Lithos. For generations. Makes sense. I also want to talk about Engage, not only about the DLC, about Engage, about the maddening difficulty that I've been trying for the first time in here, and I don't think I'll be going back to hard. I think this is just the right amount of difficulty for me. It can get a bit obnoxious at times, but that's just what I need to get better with this game. For a first time, trying out the game, without knowing this difficulty, without knowing what the changes are going to be, without knowing the best possible builds, and intentionally screwing up myself because I know some things are much superior. Like, for example, I know reclassing in this game is very powerful, and I didn't do a lot of reclassing. I know certain combinations of rings are almost, cheating, like core ring with a thief, to be able to get pair up immediately and just generate smoke so that you can avoid almost any attack. Those sort of things I know are available in the game, and hard difficulty didn't make me feel like I needed them. And now I feel like if I ever want to play an Iron Man, I have to pull out all the stops. All the fucking stops. And I'm quite terrified of the idea of doing an Iron Man of this game. Like, I'd say this is the Iron Man that scares me the most. The third one that scares me the most. After, in this order, FE6 and Conquest. FE6 and Conquest are my favorite game and my second or third favorite game. Fire Emblem games. That's saying something. Like, those are games I really appreciate because of their difficulty. I don't think this is my third favorite game. I think Echoes. I still prefer Echoes more than Engage. Because of things that the story is just not going to fix, like the characterization, the aesthetically Echoes was perfect for me. If we ever get that sort of art, that sort of storytelling back, I'll be crying on the floor if it's a good game. But Engage, just difficulty wise is exactly on that point where I want Fire Emblem to be. So yeah, I don't think I'll be playing hard difficulty anymore in the future. I think any future run I do of Fire Emblem Engage is going to be maddening. Just so you know. I've been thinking about what I can do, and Iron Man is definitely too soon. As a run with absolutely no Somniel, that could be interesting. I know some people have done that. And the Somniel is very easy to skip in this game. Like, you can just save on the overworld map, and the story itself only forces you to go to the Somniel like what? 2 times? Like, yes, after unlocking it and after chapter 11, I think. So if you just immediately exit on those, it's true I won't have forging available, but you can still buy weapons and buy items on the overworld. You don't inherit, so it is like an interesting... It will be like an interesting bane to my units, to see if I can still beat the game easily on maddening, if I use my rings correctly and if I buy the appropriate weaponry and all that. Oh, music for Elusia always gets me. Onigiri Samurai. And some of these epithets are just ridiculous. So, well, yeah, I love maddening, is I guess what I'm trying to say, even if at times it might have felt like I was a bit angry with it being so hard. Well, you have to consider, as an FE2er, if I can call myself that, I'm constrained by the fact that I have to release a video almost every day. So sometimes I get angry not because I have to repeat the map, but because I know I don't have that much time and I want to upload the chapter today. And that definitely happened at some points. On the first log, I just had to take a break and I had to turn down the difficulty a little bit. First log will come back. And I will be beating version log 6 on maddening, that's a promise. But it's not going to be immediately after that. Immediately after that, we're going to start a brand new series, obviously. I guess I should also talk about that. And I normally like to do let's plays on one side, like one let's play, then another. But Engage Maddening I don't consider to be a let's play, because it's... Well, Engage Maddening could be more similar to a let's play than the other series I do on the side, but mostly I try to do a bit of a challenge run on the side, right? Maybe an Iron Man, maybe I did a survival run for FE6. That's a good series, you should check it. I did... I also did like a high difficulty, trying out Lunatic for the first time on Awakening. But I also like to sometimes play games that are in Fire Emblem, and I'm going to try and alternate Fire Emblem and non-Fire Emblem, which is basically going to mean Pokemon. So after this, there's a Nuzlocke coming. Yes, because I want. Oh! Okay, this definitely didn't appear before. This is the reverse world theme. The, I don't know, Helios Beyond the Mirror? Leaders. I'm reading these endings because they are the ones that interest me. Often confused for Sephia, but her kindness won through. Became leader of the new Mage Dragon village and live out her life, loving them and loved by them as family. That's a good ending for her. Outfits of the softest fabric, retired to the forest. Words of his clothes. Though he struggled with to meet the man, he just became a fucking... Okay, that's interesting. And the healing heart, Madeline. Moved to Lucia, the reflection of her homeland. Came a knight equal to her parents. In her later years, she built a house and enjoyed a quiet life there with her partner. Okay. I like that. And Anna, for some reason. But I guess Anna is a bit like... But Anna is supposed to be from Elusia, right? Or does she appear here just because she's one of my most used units? Oh, she might be the MVP. No, it's just because she's a Parlog unit. Okay. No, my MVP was probably Alear. I could check it when I'm editing, but I just wanted to talk a bit through these credits. Alright. Yunaka. Interesting. So they just went with the royals and the retainers. And now we're going to get like the other characters like after you, what? Seadal? I'm guessing. Yep. So probably Seadal, Lyndon, Saphir, Moby and Bale. Interesting. I didn't pay attention. Maybe Seadal and... 0 battles, 0 wins, by the way. Maybe Seadal and... no, Moby and Bale already appeared. I wasn't actually actively looking there. Yeah. Lyndon, someday. I do realize, like, I tried to use new units, but at the same time, I repeated Celine. I've already sort of tried Yunaka number on different runs, and basically the same goes for Clan. A lot of the new team was made out of DLC units. But I will be trying the units I haven't in the future. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm not going to leave this game without trying out every unit it has to offer. Every unit, definitely. I do feel at this point I could do a tier list. I'm well informed about this game now. I feel like what I have to say about the game is now valid. Does that make sense? Like, up to this point, it would have been like, you know, based on my one time playing through the game. Now this is my 4th time beating it. Just so you know. That's how much I've been playing it ever since it came out. More than once a year, on average. Oh, beautiful ending. Beautiful ending, yeah. I remember this one. So... yeah, the credits are a bit longer than I remembered, and I'm honestly running out of things to say at this point. So I might, yes, switch out my voice here, leave you with the ending credits and with the music. And yeah, as always, if you liked, consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. Shows your support and shows that you appreciated the series, which I love to know. And if you have any suggestions for like future things you want to see and all that, I know might seem like I don't pay a lot of attention to comments and that stuff, but I read all of them. I don't get many of them, to be honest, so it's difficult to ignore them. And I'm always open to suggestions. Like if there's a run you're very, very interested in seeing, as long as it doesn't require a lot of effort on my part, and it would be like asking too much. Like maybe I'm not willing to do an Amber solo just because Amber is your favorite character, okay? Aside from that, I would be interested to know what are the other FE2bers doing? Like what's interesting here? Yeah. So let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next series. Bye.
た願い事守って涙は熱を持つその胸を焦がすほどつなぐほど伝えたいが懐かしい旅路の約束を果たし誓う絆輝く夢は君の物語をいつまでも照ら今日は私の戴冠式なんです。ついに新竜王として即位するんですよ。本当ならみんなにも晴れ姿を見てほしかったんですが、仕方ないですね。輝け始まりのエンブレムなんてね。いつかまた会えるでしょうか。こんなところにいた。
探したんだぞ。
みんな
もう戴冠式が始まってしまうぞ。
ああ、まだ着替えも終わってないのね。バレちゃいましたか。ほら早く行くよ。言ったので引っ張らないでください。
ああ、アイルさん、いつかまた。君が望めばエニシは何度でもつながる。その時はもう一度僕たちと
エンゲージしよう。